Here we are with another video. This one we're going to be looking at the shooting mode. And there are various ways that you can probably set your camera to take the photographs. Now here we've got it set to one shot. If I go into the shooting modes here, I can, instead of having just single shooting, I can set it to continuously shoot. Now if I have it set on that, as long as I keep the shutter button depressed, the camera will continue to make exposures. And depending on the camera you have, the space between those exposures, the amount of time it takes to get the next exposure will vary. The self-timer that we're all familiar with, if we want to get into the family photograph, we set the camera up on a tripod, we get the self-timer working, the little light starts flashing and the beep starts beeping, and it gets back faster and faster as the 10 seconds is approaching. And then all of a sudden it exposes. That's just a typical self-timer, 10 seconds. There is a 2-second self-timer, and this is very handy if you happen to be taking low-light shots with your tripod and you don't want to be touching the camera at the point of making the exposure, so you don't get camera shake or suffer from camera shake. The 2-second self-timer obviously just means that you're going to be only waiting around for 2 seconds for the exposure. The next one is continuous self-timer, so that you can actually adjust the number of shots the camera will take when it starts exposing. So if I've got this set here, that's changing it from 2 to 5 there, and so that if I set that and then press the button, we get that same 10-second delay happening. You can hear that going, and there's a little light flashing there telling me that when it's getting close to the point, and then it'll continue to take photographs until it's got those 5 photographs recorded. There may be times when you want to use that technique for a lot of movement, or you don't want mum with her eyes closed in the middle of the family portrait. So those are the various techniques we can use for setting that. Not most of the time, I guess you would be on single shot, but some people like to leave it on the continuous shooting. You just got to remember that you don't want to keep on holding your finger on the button, otherwise the camera will be taking an awful lot of exposures. So that's drive mode, and that's how to adjust it on the Canon 1100D. Likely yours is going to be very similar.